Hi, I'm Nick from Green Acres Folsom, and today we're going to be talking about watering trees and shrubs. One of the best ways to do that is using drip irrigation. So today we're going to get into all the parts and pieces that you can use to make that happen. Let's talk about why you want to switch to drip irrigation. Being outside every day, watering every plant one by one is very time consuming. With a properly set up system, you can water everything at once, more accurately, and with less water. So let's get into some of the parts you'll need to set this up. The way I like to think about it is that these are your streets, these are your driveways, and these are your houses. So what are the streets? That's your main line. It's a 0.7 poly tubing, and you're going to use that to map out your entire area. You're not going right next to the plants, you're going as close as you can, make it look neat, and then run a driveway to your house. What's the driveway? It's a 1/4 inch poly tubing, or vinyl in some cases. Some people call it spaghetti line. And at the end of that is going to be an emitter. That's your house. And that's what provides the water to the plant. It's going to emit water at a specific rate. Some do it at 0.5 gallons per hour, up to 4 gallons per hour. There are some that even go up to 18 gallons per hour. And by setting this up properly, you'll be giving water to the plant exactly where it needs it. A good rule of thumb is to try to apply as much water as the size pot that you bought. So suppose it's a 1 gallon pot, you're going to try to supply it with 1 gallon of water. To do that, you would use 2 emitters on each side. Suppose they're 1 gallon emitters, so you have 1 gallon per hour, another 1 gallon per hour. That's a total of 2 gallons per hour. So we'll need to water for 30 minutes to give it 1 gallon. That's going to be a good place to start, but don't take it as a hard rule. Always check your soil and make sure that it actually watered the way you intended. Let's talk about watering this tree. You're actually going to be able to use 2 emitters as well, placed at the drip line, and that's where the water would naturally fall if this was out in nature and it was getting rained on. So 1 on each side of the root ball, and if this is a 5 gallon plant, then to achieve 5 gallons of water, we can use 2 4 gallon emitters or 2 2 gallon emitters. You can choose based on your soil, but suppose we're using 2 2 gallon emitters. That's a total of 4 gallons per hour. And to achieve 5 gallons of water, we're going to need to water for a little more than 1 hour. You'll have to do some math, but it's going to be worth it. So let's talk about how all these pieces connect together. I'm going to have this line ran around the yard, close to the plants, like this. And what you need to do is attach a small piece of what some people call spaghetti line to the main line. And to do that, you need a hole punch tool. There are many different kinds. This one's really nice. It's very cheap, 75 cents. You use this to poke a hole into the main line. Once that hole is made, you need to connect this to that. And to do that, you use a 1/4 inch coupler, and that's a watertight seal it's going to make, so you don't need to worry about that. It pops right into the hole that you made with the tool. That pop means it's in. Now we can take the 1/4 inch line and connect it to this other side of the coupler. It might take some muscle, you can wiggle it back and forth. Once you get it around the little flaring on there, it's watertight. And with this here, we just run it to the root zone of the plant. And one last step is to connect an emitter. And it's the same way, it just connects around a little flared base. You can wiggle it into the line, and that there is the most basic structure. That's going to be the building block of everything you're going to do to each plant. There are many types of emitters. This one's a 4 gallon per hour emitter. There are 2 gallon per hour, 1 gallon per hour, half gallon. There's micro sprinklers, and they all attach in the same way. So once you set up the building blocks, you'll be able to add to it or change it very easily. There are ways to secure it down into the soil. There are ways to secure it up from the soil. We have so many pieces you can use to make the system exactly how you want it. Setting up one of these systems can be really rewarding and really fun. Once you get it set up and see all that work you put in start to go to work for you, and save you from doing that work, it can be a great relief. And there's many ways to do it. You can set it up exactly how you want it, and that's the best part. So come on down and try doing this for yourself. It's very easy, and we can help you along the entire way. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.